Anger, the unexplored side.
Dear Living Like a Star, I don't know where else to turn, so I'm writing to you with the hope that you might help me see a way forward. My husband has an anger problem, violent outbursts that seem to come from nowhere. When he's calm, he's the man I fell in love with. Kind, supportive, helpful with the kids, and thoughtful in so many ways. But when he's stressed, tired, or overwhelmed, something switches in him. It could be something small, a comment, a delay, a question, and suddenly he's yelling, throwing things, threatening to leave, or even to end his own life. Sometimes he shouts so loudly the neighbors hear. The security guard has come by before. The kids are scared. I'm scared. But whenever I try to talk to him about his anger, he flips it around. He says I make him angry, that I push his buttons, and that anyone in his position would react the same way. I've tried being calm, understanding, even apologetic, just to keep the peace. But I'm at the end of my rope. I love him. I see the good in him. But I'm also deeply afraid that one day he'll go too far, and we won't be safe. He refuses to get help or even admit there's a problem. I don't know what else I can do. How do I support someone who doesn't see the damage he's causing? How do I protect my children, my own well-being, and still hold on to the family we've built? Please, what do I do when love isn't enough to fix this?
Dear Sue, thank you for your brave and heartfelt letter. I can only imagine how painful and exhausting it must be to live in this constant emotional tug-of-war, loving a man who can be so kind and supportive one moment and so terrifying the next. Let me begin by saying this: you're not alone, and more importantly, you're not to blame. No matter what stress he is under, no matter how tired, angry, or overwhelmed he may feel, no one has the right to make you or your children feel unsafe. His refusal to acknowledge his behavior as a problem does not make it any less real or damaging. What you've described, yelling, threats, emotional volatility, even suicidal talk, are serious red flags. And they are not just affecting you, they are shaping the emotional world of your children too. Anger in itself is not evil, it's a human emotion. But when it's used to control, intimidate, or harm others, it becomes something else: emotional abuse. Even if he doesn't see it that way. You said something that struck me deeply. How do I support someone who doesn't see the damage he's causing? The truth is, you can't support him into healing if he refuses to acknowledge there's anything broken. You can't love someone into changing. That has to come from within him. But you can take steps to protect yourself and your children. And you deserve to. That might mean reaching out to a domestic abuse support line. Even if you don't want to call it abuse, your safety still matters. It might mean speaking to a counselor who understands trauma and family dynamics. It might mean setting clear boundaries, even if it feels terrifying to do so. You're not giving up on him by asking for help. You're showing your children what it means to live with self-respect, courage, and emotional safety. You're protecting the love inside your family, not abandoning it. You asked how to help. Start by helping you. Because when you're safe and supported, you'll be in the strongest position to decide what's next for both you and your children. You don't have to do this alone. We're here. Keep reaching out. With care and strength, you'll be living like a star. Welcome to Living Like a Star. This is the beginning of a special series exploring one of the most powerful, misunderstood emotions we experience: anger. Understanding anger. Anger is often labeled as bad. And yes, when left unchecked, anger can become destructive. It can hurt people, it can damage relationships, it can even turn inward and make you sick, physically, emotionally, spiritually. That's how powerful it is. But here's the truth. Anger isn't the enemy. Anger is energy. It's information. It's a signal. When we ignore or suppress anger for too long, it doesn't just disappear. It builds up. That build-up becomes chronic stress. And chronic emotional stress can lead to high blood pressure, heart problems, and in some studies, even links to cancer. So instead of shutting down anger or exploding with it, what if we learned to understand it? Why do we even have anger? Let's take a step back. Picture a monkey. You steal his banana, he gets angry. You poke him, he gets angry. Another monkey tries to take his home or his mate, he fights back. Or imagine a dog. You throw a stone, it either runs or bites you. This is anger as a survival mechanism. It's not just about aggression, it's about protection. It's wired into our biology. Without it, our ancestors wouldn't have survived. Neither would that monkey or that dog. Now imagine if the monkey didn't get angry. He just sat there as his food was taken, his home invaded, his mate stolen. He'd die, he'd vanish, he'd be erased. So you see, anger is essential. It's there to defend our right to exist. The modern jungle. Now, let's fast forward to today. No one's stealing your bananas. No one's taking your cave. But your primal brain doesn't know that. What sets us off now isn't always physical. It's emotional. Someone disrespects you. Someone ignores you. Someone criticizes you unfairly. Someone talks down to you. Or you simply thinking or believe someone is doing any of these to you. It may not look like a physical attack, but it feels like one to your nervous system. Yourself feels threatened. And so the anger rises. Today, we're not defending bananas. We're defending our self-worth. The real problem with anger isn't anger itself. It's how we express it that becomes the issue. Think about it. When someone says, "I don't like my dad's anger," they're not talking about the feeling. They're talking about the expression, the shouting, the silence, the slammed doors, the sarcasm, the intimidation. It's not the anger, it's the form the anger takes. We evaluate people not by their anger, but by their expression of it. If you saw someone screaming at a waiter in a restaurant, what would you think? You wouldn't say, "Oh, they must be hurt." You'd think, "That guy's out of control." We evaluate people not by their anger, but by their expression of it. And those who explode uncontrollably lose self-respect. Where our anger styles come from. Not everyone gets angry the same way. Why? Because how we express anger is shaped by our childhood, our culture, our family dynamics, our beliefs about emotion, and most of all, our self-esteem. Responding instead of reacting. Someone with strong self-worth might respond calmly to disrespect, but someone who feels insecure, fragile, or invisible may lash out or shut down or explode over small things. That's why two people can experience the same trigger and react in completely different ways. The body doesn't lie. Anger isn't just emotional, it's physical. Your fists clench, your heart pounds, your jaw locks, you feel hot, you can't think straight. Just like anxiety, anger activates your nervous system. Your body prepares to fight or flee. Reframing anger. So here's our star message. Anger is not the villain. It's trying to tell you something isn't right. It's your job to listen to it, not be led by it. To acknowledge the message without exploding on someone else. To feel it fully and then choose how to express it. Because living like a star doesn't mean you never get angry. It means you shine from within with clarity, honesty, and emotional intelligence. Join us next time as we explore anger and self-esteem, why you might be reacting instead of responding. Until then, stay grounded, stay radiant, and keep living like a star.